Hey guys, it's Alyssa, the hopeless romantic redhead.
And I'm Danielle, the whodunit detective.
And welcome to Main Character Syndrome. If you feel like you are the main character in your life, you are in the right place. We are in the middle of spooky season, October. Danielle, it's been pretty fun.
It's been a good month. Read a lot of books.
Yes, a lot of books.
Done some fall activities.
Mhm.
Looking forward to carving pumpkins with my husband.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Let me tell you, we go ham
Yeah.
carving pumpkins each year.
How intricate.
I have done like a dragon before.
Wow.
And like a dragon, almost like the fourth wing.
Oh.
Fourth wing cutouts on the book binds.
Nice.
So really intricate like that before, and I can't remember the other ones, but that one was my most prized possession.
I love that. I did Nightmare Before Christmas once.
Ooh.
I had Jack Skellington in the middle, and then he had some pumpkin landscape, and behind him was like all carved.
Nice.
It was hard. It took me hours.
Yeah, but it is so fun.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm looking forward to.
I can carve a pumpkin if you give me hours to work on it, but if I go to a pumpkin carving party, it's got to be basic because I will take so long.
Yeah, I understand. I'd be that friend who's like, "Oh wait, it's 10:30.
Yeah,
You're in your pajamas now? Darn,
You're going to bed?
I just started.
I just started carving. I'm done drawing.
Yeah, I have the razor now. I'm starting to shave."
So let's talk about what we recently read. What did you recently read?
Well, I think I talked about it in several previous episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Is The Best Lies by David Ellis.
Okay.
It was on my TBR. I just finished it. Incredible. Love David Ellis. He's such a great author. And so I would definitely recommend it. I love how there's so many characters, and the characters who you seem to think don't have a connection always have a connection that you're trying to like look out for.
Yeah.
And so it was a good book. Definitely a good mystery thriller read for Halloween and anytime, because I will always recommend David Ellis, and I will always read whatever he puts out.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about David Ellis. A lot of his books are on my TBR.
I think The Best Lies, I think I've seen it several times popping up this month for like, you should read this. And may have even been on Reese Witherspoon's book club.
Oh,
possible. I don't know. I didn't read it because of that.
That's possible.
But
I'll tell you a series I've been obsessed with recently, and I just started 2 weeks ago. Zodiac Academy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Have you heard of it?
I have not.
So it's really perfect for Halloween, and I'll get into that because it goes with our theme today, which is spooky season romance.
Ooh la la.
Ooh la la. So I'll start right off with Zodiac Academy. The average rating for this series is 4 stars. Let me preface this by saying it is not a literary masterpiece by any means, okay? It's just fun. It's entertaining to read. So it's a paranormal bully romance about twins Tori and Darcy Vega who discover that they are fae and must learn to use their powers to defend their throne at a death college. So you kind of get Fourth Wing vibes from that.
Okay, that's cool.
But Fourth Wing is definitely written better. Maybe I'm just biased.
Maybe.
But it is spicy with the capital S-P-I-C-Y. It gets worse as the books go on. If you don't like spice, but you just really like the plot, you can skip the spice scenes. They really don't add much to the story. But it's a fun read, and it's bonkers. The plot, it's very plot driven, also semi-character driven, but there's a lot of the plot going on. Think of like the Crescent City series and that thick book. That is how thick each one of these books are in the series, and there's 9 of them, and I'm on book 6.
Wow.
That is how obsessed I have been with this series.
How fast has this been? Like, have you gone through these?
I'm on book 6. I started 2 weeks ago. So,
what?
Yeah. 2.
That's insane.
3 books a week.
Holy cow.
I'm listening to the audiobooks, which the audiobooks
How
are
long
different.
Are they? You said they're really long?
They're really long. Some of the audiobooks are like...
How fast? Like, do you have your speed set
I do have this speed on like double.
Oh, okay.
So but the speed, like...
How do you get through that? I can only do it on like 1.4.
Yeah, at the speed the characters are speaking though, like the narrators.
Slow.
It's slow. And so double for me is like the normal speed that I would read the book.
Okay.
But you get multiple point of views, different narrator voices, which like If you know, you know, Darius's voice is so cringe. I almost DNF'd it just because of his voice. But I powered through and I really liked the story. The first book is in graphic audio now on Hoopla. You can get that for free.
Okay.
So yeah,
That sounds
just
interesting.
check it out. It's, again, the writing isn't J.K. Rowling quality, but it's fun. If you're a fan of Harry Potter, if you're a fan of Fourth Wing, ACOTAR, it's got Faye. I mean, you've got a strong female character in the second book. The first book, not so much. But I mean, there's growth, there's found family, a lot of spice, a lot of weird spice. It's just, again, bonkers.
I have a funny story for you.
Do tell.
And I guess maybe the spice reminded me. Actually, no, it was me instinctively saying ooh la la. Because I mentioned that we went to Italy recently.
Yeah.
And we were on a tour of the Roman Colosseum.
Oh.
And we had this amazing tour guide. And he was so cool. Like, I love that, like, the hippie stereotype is in all different cultures.
Mhm.
Because this man was definitely, like, I don't know, the chillest person ever. So cool. Shout out to him. But we were heading into the Colosseum, and he's the tour guide, and they have like these specific papers they have to show themselves to security there. And so he opens up his jacket to pull out his forms, and as he's pulling out these forms, a condom falls out of his jacket onto the ground right in front of my feet, and like the rest of our tour, like 8 other people, are standing around and see this condom on the floor, and he looks down, he looks up, and he goes, "Ooh la la."
Oh my god.
I was trying so hard not to pee my pants.
Ew.
Crying.
Oh my god.
And like holding my laughter in. It was hysterical. And I mean, he wasn't like, I don't know, he was a man, you look at, he wasn't unattractive, not my type, but you're like, okay, like you could definitely get it from some women, and apparently he does.
Ooh la la.
It was just so ooh la la, and like embarrassment. It was so freaking funny. I will remember that, and my husband will remember that for the rest of our lives.
That's a core memory.
Yes.
But the reason why I say Zodiac Academy is a good Halloween spooky season vibe is because it's got like mythical creatures. So the main characters are fae. They're all fae technically, but each fae is like a different kind of creature. So you have vampires, you have sirens, you have minotaurs, you have medusas, you have werewolves, and a dragon shifter. I mean, you have so many creatures in this book that it's a great Halloween series to read.
Yeah. We must be scaring my dog though, because she's currently like going crazy and like wanting to cuddle up. So
yeah, if you're watching the video,
you're getting quite the show.
Yeah, she's the star of MCS today. She's been licking my hand for the last 5 minutes, so I'm interested to see that she's up here now.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, well maybe we'll just settle her down right here. She's like, actually, I have some words to say about condoms falling out of jackets.
Yeah. That ooh la la. Oh, I will never be able to hear that again.
Oh,
you
so
recently had one on your TBR and you're reading one, correct?
Yes. So it's called Starling House. I will say I haven't completely finished it yet. I'm about halfway through almost. And it's not like proving right now to be a lot of romance. I don't know if we'll ever get to that point. But there is certainly some sexual tension, just like a little bit, like, oh, is he gonna kiss me? But it's really good. It's about this girl from Eden, Kentucky, and she is poor, very poor. Her mother has passed away, no father, and she is responsible for her younger brother, who's a teenager. And so she's like, has all these jobs to take care of him, and she wants the best for him. She's kind of taken on that motherly role. And there's this kind of haunted house in this small town. And it's always kind of like appealed to her. And so, long story short, without spoiling anything, she ends up starting to work there as like a housekeeper. And the caretaker of the home. His name's Arthur. He has this kind of task. He is the person who watches over the house, and basically the house is alive, and he must keep the bad things that happen in the house, around the house, in Eden at bay. And he's kind of like the slayer so far.
Interesting. That sounds like a movie I saw when I was a kid called Monster House.
Yes. Kind of a bit like that. The house is alive. I've seen that too. It definitely is not exactly the same, but maybe a bit. So
Similar vibes.
it's really cool, and she's kind of fighting against these people. Opal, the girl, is. It's really good. Obviously, I haven't finished it yet, so I don't know how it ends, but I really liked it so far. My only complaint is that the first few chapters felt a bit rushed. So I wish that they kind of extended out and kind of built her character and like this town a bit more before throwing her into the house that she's working at that's haunted. So, but we're learning a lot of other details throughout the book. It's kind of inserted a little bit more than completely on the front end, which, you know, I like as well, but it just felt a little bit rushed at the beginning. But don't let that deter you from reading the book, because I got over that and I'm really liking.
Okay. I'll add that to my TBR. Here's another one. It's called The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Sangu Mandana. 4.11 stars on Goodreads, so a lot of people are really liking it. It's a witchy story. So Mika Moon is an orphan who follows the rules of hiding her magic, staying away from other witches, and keeping her head down. She has an online account where she posts videos pretending to be a witch, but she thinks no one will take it seriously. So that's like the main thing. And then the plot, Mika receives an unexpected invitation to teach 3 young witches at Nowhere House, a remote and mysterious house. She becomes involved with the lives of the house's inhabitants, including the 3 witches, the librarian, an archaeologist, and a retired actor, 2 caretakers. And Mika begins to feel like she belongs somewhere, but she must decide whether to risk everything to protect her newfound family when a threat appears. So it's very found family-esque. The book explores themes of finding your place, creating a home. It also features endearing characters and secrets and trauma, plus a cozy, whimsical atmosphere. So, like, perfect little cozy read for Halloween. Some say the book is heartwarming and touching, that the characters are real and lovable. Others are saying that the book is magical and enchanting with a blend of magic and everyday life. So, it's a cute little read that you can add to your TBR. Did you have any others?
This one, it's called Payback's a Witch.
Oh, I saw that one.
By Lana Harper. It's kind of a bit of a long summary, but it seems really good. Obviously, it has a lot to do with revenge.
I love it. I love it already.
It seems like there may have been potentially a 2-timer, and they're going to get back at this 2-timer.
Oh, that sounds fun.
So there's that one. Small Town, Big Magic by Hazel Beck is also on my TBR list. And what I also liked about this is that it is the first in a series, a witch lore series. So if you kind of want that extended kind of Halloween feel,
I'm going to dive into it.
4 books right after that. Okay. So first, Small Town, Big Magic. Second, Big Little Spells. Third, Truly, Madly, Magically. And then the last one, Dragon Fires Everywhere. And that one is coming September 2025.
Ooh, okay.
So
I'm going to add that to my TBR and get ready for next year.
Yeah, right?
It sounds really good, actually.
It's nice to have something to look forward to.
Here's something that I've been seeing on Book Talk recently. The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston. It's got 3.93 stars on Goodreads. And I've been hearing a lot about this book. So the character Florence Day is a ghostwriter for a famous romance author who no longer believes in love after a bad breakup. She's called home to help her family bury her father and is haunted by the ghost of her late editor. The plot is Florence has to run away from her hometown for 10 years, but is forced to return to help bury her father. She's initially reluctant to stay, but is haunted by the ghost of her editor at the funeral parlor. Her editor's unfinished business causes her to question everything she's known about love stories. So it explores themes of devastation, abuse, and strength of survivors. So a little trigger warning, there is some abuse there. But it seems like a really wholesome, spooky ghost love story. If you're
Neat.
into that kind of thing.
Yeah. That sounds good to me.
And then there's one that I read that I wasn't super
I was about to
thrilled
say.
about this one. But maybe you will like it. So it's called The X Hex by Aaron Sterling.
It's really popular.
It's very popular.
Yeah, I read the summary. You can talk about it, and it just didn't seem like it was for me.
It's a wild book. It's about a small town witch who accidentally curses her ex-boyfriend. So the story takes place in Graves Glen, Georgia, where Vivian Jones is a semi-practicing witch who teaches history at a small town college. Reese Penhallow is a Welsh witch who Vivian had a whirlwind romance with during his time studying abroad. Vivian accidentally curses Reese after he breaks up with her by revealing he's betrothed to another witch. Then, years later, Reese returns to town for the annual Fall Festival and invites Vivian to help him recharge the town's ley lines. However, Vivian's curse goes wrong and Graves Glen is threatened by chaos. Vivian and Reese must work together to save the town and break the curse. Some say the book is a delightful and witty take on the witchy mayhem, while others say it's a fun and entertaining read with plenty of humor. However, some reviewers say that the ending is rushed and that certain elements are left unresolved. I will say, I was confused through the entire book.
Yeah, it's just kind of chaotic.
It was chaotic. It was a lot of it. I was like, okay, I'm here for it. Like, he breaks up with her because he's betrothed to someone else, and then she accidentally curses him while like in the bathtub, and she's just like, I curse you, and she's a witch, and then that accidentally causes the actual curse. And I was like, that's basic.
Yeah.
And then the way that they meet and fall back in love, I was just like, girl, no, I want this to be like a revenge. Like, I want her to fall in love with someone else.
Yeah. Yeah, probably not on my TBR.
Yeah.
But if you liked it, let us know.
Great minds think alike. An honorable mention, My Roommate is a Vampire by Jenna Levine. It's a paranormal romance novel about an artist named Cassie Greenberg who moves in with a vampire named Frederick J. Fitzwilliam. Ain't that interesting? That's got 3.47 stars on Goodreads. Another one, This Spells Love by Kate Robb, 3.8 stars. It's about a young woman who casts a spell to erase her ex from her life and ends up in an alternate reality. Actually sounds really good. Gemma gets dumped by her long-term boyfriend and performs a love-cleansing spell with her best friend Dax. The spell works, but Gemma wakes up in a different version of her life where she and Dax don't know each other. To reverse the spell, Gemma must convince Dax to kiss her again. However, as she carries out her plans, she finds herself falling for him. Sounds kind of cute. And then The Fall That Saved Us, Tamara Jerry, 3.93 stars. Morbidly Yours, Ivy Fairbanks, had 4 stars. It's a romantic dramedy about an Irish mortician and a Texan widow who become unlikely friends and fall in love. This one is very representation, so it explores themes of like opposites attract and the importance of careers that are not well known, hence the mortician.
Yeah.
Then there's one that I've been seeing on TikTok, and it is not for the faint of heart. It is called Scream for Us by Molly Doyle, and it's very mature content. Spicy, adult. Do not let your teenagers read this book. It's a dark romance novella about a good girl who gets caught up in a dangerous game with 3 masked men at a Halloween party.
That sounds dirty.
Can you guess?
I already know.
Can you guess which those 3 men could be?
No.
Ghost, Jason, and Michael Myers, as in Ghostface. Yeah. Trigger warnings, adult content. This is something a little bit more light and fluffy. It's called The Pumpkin Spice Cafe.
This seems too basic for me, just by the title. But
Yeah.
I'm being judgmental.
It seems basic. And that's why I was like, if you're looking for something a little fluffy, a little vanilla with some pumpkin spice in it, you get The Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Lori Gilmore. 3.46 stars on Goodreads. It is a cozy romantic novel about a city girl who inherits a beloved cafe in a small town and falls for a local farmer.
Yikes.
Yeah. Very basic. Very like Hallmark movie, but with a Halloween fall twist. The story takes place in the fictional town of Dream Harbor, which some say is reminiscent of the TV show Gilmore Girls stars Hollow.
I was about to say.
The story includes a will they, won't they romance, a mystery at the cafe, sabotage, and an apple festival.
I just want to bonk my head into this microphone right now.
basic white girls will
Ugh.
absolutely love it, I think.
Don't get me wrong. I'm definitely a basic white girl in the sense that I love fall. I love pumpkin spice. I love a cozy sweater. I don't know. I drink lots of wine.
You might
but
like it.
I love an Aperol spritz.
You might like
No,
it. Don't knock it till you try it. I haven't read it yet.
I don't think I will. But
I probably won't read it either. But if you like, again, if you're vanilla, if you just like basic things and you want a cozy little read to sit by the fire and read, that's fine.
And nothing is wrong with that.
No.
Don't get me wrong.
And if it is your favorite book on the planet, tell us.
Please let me know.
Let us know why and tell us your opinion. Should we read it? And we might. We might not. We don't know.
If you give me a really, really good argument for why this book is the best book you've ever read,
yeah,
I will read it. But I won't until then.
Did you have anything else you wanted to say about spooky romance?
I'm really into spooky.
She's into the spooky, not so much the romance.
Yeah, I will say in the Starling House book I'm reading right now, I have liked a little bit like that tension where she's like, is he gonna kiss me kind of thing. I'm like, oh, okay, you know what? I do hope they get together. But I don't know, I kind of feel like someone's gonna die and I'm totally okay with that too.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of death in Zodiac Academy as well. So again, trigger warnings. Make sure you read the trigger warnings on adult books.
Yes.
That was our recommendation for spooky romance. If you have any recommendations for us or if you have any favorites of yours you'd like to talk about, please let us know. Main Character Syndrome Pod on Instagram and TikTok. For now, to the readers who listen, we'll see you later.
Goodbye, everyone.